Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are the words that are changing these colonies. I may be made of bark and wood, but I have inner eyes, and I can see that something very good is going to be coming out of this form of rebellion. To the people around me, I am a tree, a simple, common form of nature. What they do not realize is that I am absorbing everything that is being said and done around me. I can tell by expressions of the colonists that they are not happy with King George's doings and desperately want to break away from his branch of leadership. The King of England has been rude and controlling to the colonists. They left the country for a reason, to get away from him, and still King George believes that he is the leader of these people. After attempting to watch the creation of a very interesting document, I have noted that the words life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness allowed the colonists to gain strength. It inspired the colonists to revolt against the king and become free as their original intentions were. The inspiring words are located in the Statement of Human Rights column in the document. This document itself has become extremely popular among the towns of the colonies. It is called the Declaration of Independence. From the speeches and conversations I've been hearing about the Declaration of Independence, it contains of many different sections, one of the sections being the Statement of Human Rights and another being called the Grievances. I have no clue what this word means. All I know is that this column is full of complaints that the colonists have about King George and the British. The people of the colonies are appalled to many things King George is currently bringing upon them. There are two complaints that I have paid particular attention to. The first one is number 15 in the Declaration of Independence. This grievance states, "For protecting them by mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit on the inhabitants of these states." This is basically saying that the colonists always lose in court since there is no jury and the judge is British. The British is allowing a fake trial in which the suspect is automatically guilty no matter what the case may be. The other grievance is number 17 in the Declaration of Independence, for imposing taxes on us without our consent. This is expressing how the colonists are being taxed without any consent, therefore breaking the social contract that has been originally set in place by both the early colonies and Britain. Now this document is extremely well written and detailed. It explains all of the reasons why these colonies should be able to break away from England. This document could not have written itself. It takes a very talented, well-known man to write a prestigious document such as the Declaration of Independence. This is why I believe that Thomas Jefferson was the perfect candidate. Sure enough, I was right. Since I was planted right outside of Independence Hall, I was given a front row seat to the entire show. Being the young little tree that I am, it is hard to see exactly what is going on inside of this big hall. Each day, I watch Mr. Jefferson write the Declaration. A few times, another well-known, but not as much loved man named John Adams would barge into the hall and yell at Jefferson saying, "You didn't add this, you didn't finish that." Mr. Adams was an extremely strong believer in independence and freedom of the 13 colonies. He has done and will do anything it takes to become an independent country. I personally have witnessed John expressing his wife, Mrs. Abigail Adams, in her entitling on the Declaration of Independence. According to Mr. Adams, Abigail believes that women are not just housekeepers, but a large impact on the society and how the colonies run. She told Mr. Adams that there must be a change in the way women were treated. If nothing was to be stated in the Declaration about women's rights, there was going to be a rather large family inconvenience. But that is beside the point. During the time that the Declaration was being written, there was only a shred of hope within the colonies. Most people were depressed and angry, but one day, not too long ago, I found out that there was going to be a lot of changes. The day was July 4th, 1776. It was bright and sunny. Representatives from all of the colonies traveled horseback to spread the word of the Declaration of Independence. They shared the document and its words. They shared how this would become an independent country. They shared how each person had natural rights such as life, liberty, and property. These thoughts were given to the colonies through generation by John Locke, an Enlightenment thinker. The Enlightenment was a movement that allowed people to think more reason and logic and less tradition. Enlightenment thinkers wrote the Declaration of Independence. I hope that Enlightenment thinkers' thinking will continue to pass down from generation to generation. I can only wonder what life will be like years from now. Will the colonies get the independence they deserve, or will I have to watch a bloody war occur and my country lose? I hope all ends well for the colonies. I want to stand exactly where I am. I want my leaves to blow in the wind. I want to watch my country develop into what will soon be free. I want to be here for all of it.
I am. I am not just a tree. Not only am I made of wood, but I come from the roots of independence. I was there. I watched as the Declaration of Independence was written. I watched the people gain power. I was there for all of it. And I am the only living thing that will ever know the importance of being there. What it felt like, what the tension was like, how ecstatic people were when they found out they finally had a chance for independence, and how people were even more happy when they found out they had finally gained the independence they had fought for. I didn't know it at the time, but I was experiencing a history-changing event. The Declaration of Independence affected many people throughout that time. I think that the group of people that the Declaration of Independence affected the most was the colonists. Since the colonists wrote the Declaration of Independence, they made sure to write a complaint about everything they disliked about what King George was doing to the colonies. Things such as taxes, needing to house soldiers, and constantly being watched over by the soldiers drove the colonists to the last route, which forced them to write the Declaration. They made sure to place a statement about how these actions will not be taken without the input of other colonists. Although the colonists were able to get a positive turnout, I have noticed that one specific group of people did not benefit from the Declaration of Independence, back then and today. These people are those who descend from the Native American and Indian tribes. The main grievance is number 27 in the Declaration of Independence. Number 27 states, "He has exited domestic insurrection amongst us, and he has endeavored to bring on the inhabitants of our frontiers and the merciless Indian savages, whose known rule of warfare is an undistinguished destruction of all ages, sexes, and conditions." Even though the Declaration of Independence is supposed to go against all of the grievances, people that are of the descent of certain tribes still live on reservations today. They were never given the full intent of civilization and equality that most people receive. I watch people each day walk by me, rushing into Independence Hall, taking pictures and just thinking, this is where history was made. This is where people gained independence. When in reality, equality has not yet been dispersed each of the human beings in America. Now, I am not saying that the Declaration of Independence was bad by any means. This document is still cited by people and used as part of the United States government today. This document has become so powerful to the country of America for many various reasons. It was the first document showing that regular people have a say in what goes on in their community and country. It was the first document to declare independence from Britain, one of the most powerful countries in the world at all times. Also, it showed many other countries that it is okay to break away from your leader. The Declaration of Independence showed other countries that all people are equal, no matter what the race, gender, or beliefs may be. And here I am, a simple tree, who knows so much about the true meaning of this country. I wish there was a way for me to share my information with the world. I have been here for everything. No person in today's age is old enough to have been in the colonies in 1776. The only lasting witnesses are trees, just like me. I may be a tree, but I am wise. I may have no eyes, but I see. I may have no heart, but I can feel. I may have no brain, but I know that my country has become the best it can be. And that is coming from me, just a tree.